Fish on. Been here about a half an hour. I'm just trying to get a third line out on the other side of the river. I don't know what I've got here. There's bird poop falling from the bridge up above me. Swallows. This fish is out in the went out in the heavy current there. Still haven't caught a glimpse of what I got here. Kind of feels like a carp. It's right here and the water's so dirty I just can't see anything. It's like chocolate milk here in this river. It's so difficult netting a fish in a current versus still water. This is a back eddy. Got fast current on my right going away from me, and slightly less current on my left coming towards me. Yeah, it's a carp. Ooh. Okay, got him. Alright, I'm not going to bring them up close to the camera because there's nowhere to lay them out up there anyway. It's all boulders here. Little fish. 5 pounds. Really thick, but just the fight in this current, even on a little fish, is pretty intense. Pretty good time. Back in the water. See ya. Back in the chocolate milk you go. Yeah, first fish of the morning. Give me a minute here to get straightened out and I'll tell you about what I'm doing here and what I'm fishing with and all that, all those fun details. Yeah, as you can see, I'm fishing under a bridge today. Decided to give this river like a 5th chance or something. It's been 2-3 years since I've done any fishing at this river. Like I mentioned when I was fighting that fish, I've got some fast moving water off here. The river squeezes together to go underneath this bridge and then opens back out down here, and there's a little bit of drop off too, so there's some rushing water here and then it calms out down here. But I've got an eddy off to my left and there's some slack water off to the right that I've been trying to fish unsuccessfully because the current keeps taking it. But anyway, that first carp came from this eddy off to the left here. It's about 7:30 in the morning. I think I've been here about an hour or so. This is my typical mix of oats and sweet feed and a can of cream corn and vanilla. I don't think I'm going to show the bait being made in this video today, so if you want to see the exact process that I make this bait, go watch, pick just about any other of my 250 plus videos on the channel. I make the bait in probably about 75% of videos. And I've got a whole bunch of videos that are just about bait too. So today I'm not going to make the bait. I'm packing this a little tighter than I would normally if I was fishing on a lake. Real tight, so it'll stay put a little bit longer. It's going to get stripped off no matter what, but a little bit longer. Oh, and the hook bait is almond flavored tiger nuts. Yeah, there's a few reasons why I don't really bother with this river very much. The most prominent reason as of late, as of the last few years, is just I don't know. Let me cast this and I'll get. Yeah, the big thing with this river is there's very little public access. 99% of the river bank is private property, and the few public access places that do exist are so overused and just so full of trash. They're just a dumping ground. Yeah, I don't know. For me, it's just kind of depressing. You know, I kept finding myself every time I'd go fish at these places, I don't know, I'd just leave with just kind of being like ashamed to be a human or something. The dumping is bad. So that, coupled with the fact that the fishing in this river at its best for me at least, at its best has been, yeah, you know what I mean? It's not great fishing either. Water quality is really bad. Agricultural runoff's pretty intense around these parts. So yeah, I'm gonna give this river a few more chances this year. I don't know, the fishing better be pretty good for me to put up with stumble around on all these boulders, and you know, it's not convenient fishing under a bridge. So I hope the fishing can be okay. I've never really spent much time targeting carp in the river, so we'll see. Well, I moved, not under that bridge anymore. I'm kind of at a little calmer spot outside bend. There's an eddy off to my left, back behind me here. I got lines out already. This is one of those public access spots that I was talking about earlier that I haven't been here in probably 3 or 4 years. And I just thought I'd stop over here and check it out. I'm glad I did, because the nice thing about rivers is it changes from year to year. The river floods and goes ups and downs and changes things. In this spot, the river has taken out the part of land where people used to drive their four-wheelers. This used to be a spot where lots of people would take their off-road vehicles down along the river here and drive around, leave all sorts of crap laying, you know, trash. It's a dumping ground too. But right now there's a big channel of water going right through the road where the four-wheeler people used to drive. So people don't drive their four-wheelers down here anymore, and there's hardly any trash. I saw one set of footprints over there. It's glorious. I'm glad I stopped. And here's this back eddy I was talking about. Main river's over there. This is kind of an outside bend. This eddy right before the bend, there's a tree right there in the water right in front of me. That could be a potential problem. But it's surprisingly deep out here when I cast it. I was getting probably 4 or 5 feet on the left rod, which is kind of basically straight out from my right hand is right now. And then my right rod is kind of right on the current seam out there, and that's even deeper. That's probably 6 or 7 feet deep over there. So that's pretty cool. See if there's any fish hanging around here today. It's about 9:30 in the morning, so not the most ideal time to be fishing, but I'm gonna stay for an hour and a half or so, see what happens. Well, it's 11 a.m. July 2nd. Fireworks are starting for today already. I think that's my cue to leave. Nothing going on here today for fish. I think this video is going to be a multi-day river tour. It's kind of looking like. Pick it back up maybe tomorrow or in a couple days or sometime. There's a few more other spots I want to try before I give up on this river again. Stay tuned. Well, it's a new day, new week, new month. I think it's about 3 weeks since I've fished this river. Different spot. Yeah, picking it back up, see if I can somehow figure out if there's any decent carp to be caught in this dirty old river. I see a bubble trail over there on the other side of the river. Pretty sure that's a carp that's feeding. I'm sure you can't see it. I considered going back to that bridge spot. I'm sure that's the first spot that I was at in this video, because that's a pretty good spot, but I just didn't feel like listening to the noise of that rushing water this morning. So I thought I'd come down here where it's a little more quiet. I've seen two carp jump, one down there and one down there since I've been here, so that's a good sign. River's down a foot or two as of recently. I can just tell by the mud line there. It's yeah, down. I'm not going to be able to walk on that. I'm glad I have my long net, because you can see the other footprints from other people that have tried. Step out on that, I'll sink down to my knees and be stuck. Poof. Really shallow there, both those spots. Foot or two deep there. And because we haven't had decent rain in so long, the current is So light. I'm actually going to cast this third one upstream. Should be okay. I don't think the current's strong enough to pull my bait down. Yep, I think that's going to be just fine. Got 3 ounces of lead plus the weight of the pack bait there, and I bet that current's moving 1 or 2 miles an hour at the most. Something going on here. I think I may have a catfish. I got something. There's a little run, but I'm surprised at the passivity of this fish. No run when he got hooked or anything. Now he's finally figured out what's going on, I think. Here, feel the vibrations on the ground, probably me stomping around, getting the net ready. This is about as close as I'm gonna get to the water here. Yeah. Step down any farther than that, I'm gonna start sinking. Long net handle's a must at this spot. Some places are sandy, but most places on this river are muddy like this. I'm gonna slip and fall down the mud bank here if I don't be careful. Water's so dirty. I mean, he's been right in front of me here for several minutes. I've seen a fin come up a couple of times, but I haven't caught a glimpse of the fish at all. I just could see a little bit of yellow fin come up, so I know it's a carp. Come in here. Okay, got him. Jeez. I almost bit it right there. Yeah, first fish of the morning. Little fish, 5.5, 6 pounds, 5.38 pounds. Muddy river carp fishing. All net releases today because I can't get down to the water. Can't even see him. He just disappears when he's like 2 inches under the water. All right. Uh-oh. Time for this guy to go. So I definitely have a fish on the other one now. All right. Yeah. Now we're fishing. Ooh, this one feels like it has a little bit more power and weight. It sure is nice to not have any heavy current for them to swim out into, because that was a big challenge at that under the bridge spot with all that fast moving water. Fish head out into that fast moving water, and they're pretty difficult to bring in after they went out into that stuff. My line is getting tangled in somebody else's line that is out there. Some broken off leftover line from somebody else that casted it into a tree. I might be getting into some good fishing this morning. My expectations were low. Ooh. These river carp get their good exercise pushing against the current whenever they want to go somewhere. Even a 5-pound carp puts up a heck of a fight. Got him. Yeah, it's quite a nice surprise. Catching some fish, getting some good action this morning. Get this guy back and get these baits baited back up and put out there. Maybe there's some bigger fish around. I don't know if there's giants in here. Kind of doubt it, but this is fun. Those are on the 2 downstream lines. Haven't had anything on the upstream line yet, but I'm gonna put these right back, same place where I put them the first time. Second one, the hook got kind of I mean, it's still pretty sharp, but it could be better. I'm going to change out the hook. And the way this rig's set up, all I need to do is slide... Ouch! I guess it is pretty sharp. All I need to do is slide this feeder and these beads and stuff. Just slide it all up the line. A couple of feet. Lay that aside. And then I'll just cut the main line where it connects to the swivel here. Put that away to throw away when I get home. And I'll just grab a new hook. Hair-rigged hook that I've prepared ahead of time. It's got a swivel attached, and I'm just going to tie that swivel onto that main line. I just do a 7-twist clinch knot to connect the main line to the swivel. Ooh, I'm bleeding a little bit there. Poke myself with that brand new sharp hook. Trim the tag a little bit, and just slide the sinker and the beads back down, and ready to fish. New 99% rig, ready to rock. Ooh, I haven't even got that other one casted out yet. Oh boy, I'm on a hot bite this morning, folks. Yeah. Jumping. Oh. Yeah, if there was a heavy current, he'd be heading into it for sure. Yeah, I mean, he went from the edge. That's where the bait was over there. Now he's out in the middle of the river. Yeah, this is a little bigger fish. Got him. Got him. And I stepped out a little farther than I should have, and my left foot is stuck. Yeah, this is a pretty nice fish. I give this 7-8 pounds. It's a lot bigger than the first couple fish. Didn't seem to fight as hard though for some reason. But I'm filthy. This fish is filthy. Fishing this river is just a dirty, wet experience. All right, back in the water you go. Nice fish. All right, I can't even see which way he's facing here. Okay, there he is. Well, his fin's caught. I'm gonna bring him back in. Let's try this again here. Are you free? Or are you still caught? Ah, you're free. Get out of here. Thank you. Back in that same spot. It's gonna be a scorcher today, like I said, but I'm so happy that there's some clouds rolled in and it's just blocking the sun. Otherwise, I would be baking in the sun right now because it's like 8 o'clock. The sun is pretty high in the sky already, but thank you, clouds. Okay, that didn't take very long. Probably been 10-15 minutes since the last fish. Oh, that looked like a bigger fish. Big boil down there. That looked like a bigger fish. You know, one thing I haven't mentioned here, you know, in this river, the potential for catching smallmouth buffalo is there too. I don't really hardly ever see them in the lakes, but they are in this river. That's what this could have been, I guess. I see these little bites that I think are probably catfish bites, but the buffalo are known to be light biters like that. I think I saw some yellow lips there. I think it's a common carp. Last time I made the mistake of just kept creeping closer to the water's edge while I was fighting fish, not paying attention where I was stepping, and almost got in some trouble in the mud, so I gotta be wary of that. Feels like a bigger fish. I haven't seen anything but a fin come up. Just can't see anything. Feels like a heavier fish though, but who knows. sometimes different fish are just better at fighting than others. You know, they're better. Some fish are better at turning their bodies sideways and using the resistance of the water to help them, and some fish just roll over and let you bring them in. Oh yeah, this is good fish. Yeah, this is another good sized fish. Might be a little bigger than that last one. Yeah, this is a real nice sized fish. A little bigger than that last one. He's probably 8 pounds. Great fight. I'm really happy with the results today. I figured if I did get into a bunch of fish, it'd be a bunch of dinks, you know, 4 or 5 pounders, but I'll take these 8 pounders all day long. Good stuff. Back in the water I go. Yeah, I know the fish was a little muddy. It can't be helped. It's just a part of river fishing. There you go. Bye-bye. These fish are no strangers to mud. Yeah, the hot bite is happening down along the bank down there, real close to the bank. That's where most of these fish have come from. That other line that's upstream, kind of out a little closer to the current, not in the current, the main current, but it hasn't been touched. I'm not really doing anything different fishing a river than anything different than what I do in lakes, except for one thing I've been doing is just packing this a little tighter, just so it doesn't come off as easy. There's not much current here, but there's a little bit of current, so I want as much of this pack bait to stay near the hook bait for as long as possible. But if there's a more current, I might actually maybe make an adjustment to my pack bait to make it a little more doughy, a little more sticky, make it a little wetter. But this is basically the same setup, same bait that I use for lakes, just packing it a little tighter on the feeder. And honestly, I don't think carp care about whether the pack bait breaks down into a nice little loose pile. I don't think they care about that. I mean, they root around under plants and trees and things. I mean, they're not afraid to dig around in the mud. And I don't think if there's a clump of dough down there, I don't think they'll hesitate for a second to start gobbling that up or start breaking it up themselves. I don't think worrying about breakdown time is really much something that really matters. Because again, what I'm doing here, I'm catching carp, not feeding carp. So I don't need to put out something that they're just going to want to sit there and have a lunch on. All I need to do is get something there that gets them curious enough to suck up that hook bait to see what it is. And by the time they do that, they've got the hook in their mouth and I've got them. You know, I'm not feeding them. I'm just trying to grab their curiosity enough to be like, is this food? Ah, I'm hooked. That's all it is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely a carp came right to the surface out there. This is the one that was out in the middle of the river in the current. This fish is heading right to the bank. He's going up right next to the bank down there. And he shook it. Wow. That was a crafty fish. It was almost like calculated, like he went right up to the edge of the bank, did some little and off he went. There's something going on here. Yep. Fish on. Kind of seems a little squirrely, like a catfish. Okay, maybe it is a carp. I thought maybe the morning bite was coming to a close because it's been probably 45 minutes. Come on, dude. This little fish has got energy for days. Okay. Yeah, fish number 5. Little guy. Pretty good morning. Pretty good morning. Bye-bye. Oh yeah. Oh, this is a grass carp. Get in here. Oh, jumped right out of the net. Did you see that? Holy shnikes. Launched out of the water. Torpedo. Got him. Alright. These things are infamous for just thrashing around on the bank forever. Pretty much everyone that I've ever caught does that. Yep, grass carp. These are the invasive ones. Grass carp or white amur is what their proper name is. But these are actually pretty good eating, I've heard. I've never tried it. I didn't bring any ice with me today. Otherwise, I'd probably keep this fish if I had some ice to put them on for the drive home. But you know, maybe next time I'll bring a cooler of ice, and if I catch any grass carp, I'll bring them home and cook them up for y'all. This one's going to go back in the water, though. No, it's not against the law to put a fish back from the water where you caught it. See you later. Maybe I'll eat you next time. There you go again. Yeah, this feels like a pretty good fish. Ooh, there's some real good weight on this fish. I was just putting that other rod away because I'm out of pack bait. I would have to make a new batch of pack bait, and it's about 9:30. It's getting hot, so I was just gonna, you know, fish these two baits that I have out here. Whoa, this is a better fish, whatever it is. I don't know what I have, but feels heavier than anything I've had online so far this morning. Making some big boils down there. These river fish are absolutely more powerful than the lake fish that I usually go after, no doubt about it. Come on in. Yes. Oh yeah. Furious. Yeah, not quite as big as I thought he was going to be. 7, 8 pound fish, I suppose, maybe 6 or 7. Great fight. So, you know, like I said, some fish fight harder than others for some reason, but what a great morning. What is this, fish 7, I think? Turned out pretty good. I had it on my list this year to give the river a second chance, and I can check that off the list. I'm glad I did. I think I'll be coming back for some more river fishing this season. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. See you on the next one.